Right, what's happening, guys? So in case you're unaware, Aston Villa are absolutely unbelievable. If you look at the form table over the last 15 games, they're ahead of Arsenal and closing in on Manchester City, which essentially means they've been playing like title contenders ever since Unai Emery's arrival. It does make you wonder where they might have been had the Spaniard taken charge right at the beginning of the campaign, but there's no point crying over spilt milk, as they very much remain in contention for a European spot. Needless to say, Brighton and Brentford have been the talk of town, and rightly so, to be fair. They're two of the most well-run clubs in the country, the former in particular, and deserve all the plaudits that they're getting. However, Villa seem to be going under the radar a little bit, which quite possibly suits them as they quietly sneak up the table, but warrants discussion nonetheless. They're already up to 6th, and with Tottenham's habit of grasping defeat from the jaws of victory, a Europa League spot looks very much on the cards. Champions League football at the expense of Newcastle isn't beyond the realms of possibility either, but that's probably asking for a bit too much. The architect of Villa's remarkable turnaround has been the much maligned Unai Emery. I already did a video on why he's so underrated when he joined Aston Villa, which you can access via the top right hand corner of your screen, so won't go over old ground again, but the man deserves nothing but the utmost respect. He's got a 60% win rate at Villa Park so far, with 7 victories coming in their last 8 Premier League matches, including 5 on the bounce. Based on his career to date, if he's given the funds to build a team in his own image come the summer, Villa could very well find themselves in the latter stages of a European competition at this time next year, which is exactly where they belong. While plenty of players in Villa's squad deserve a shout for how well they're performing, you simply cannot look past Ollie Watkins at the minute. He's got 14 league goals and 6 assists. Those are better numbers than the likes of Martinelli and Saka at the top of the league, and only a whisker away from Marcus Rashford, who's been one of the most informed players across Europe post-World Cup. Given the betting charges hanging over Ivan Toney's head, which could lead to a ban at any moment in time, you'd have to think Watkins should be the undisputed cover for Harry Kane, perhaps even starting alongside the England captain. But who knows with Southgate, he'll probably find a way to shoehorn Sterling into the 11 somehow. For younger viewers who might be unaware of just how big a club Aston Villa are, only 5 teams in the entire country have won more league titles than them, and that list does not include Chelsea, by the way. Furthermore, they're also one of only 5 English teams to have won a Champions League trophy, the others being Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, and Nottingham Forest. Whether we like it or not, money talks. And that's precisely why a lot of clubs with little to no pedigree suddenly find themselves at the very top of the football food chain. With this in mind, I reckon it's paramount the likes of Everton, Villa, and Forest not only remain in the division, but also perform well enough to challenge some of the so-called Big Six, or else the game will risk losing the little bit of romanticism it does have remaining. Cheers for tuning in as always, folks. I actually intended to make this video prior to Villa's game against Newcastle, but didn't want to jinx them and end up looking like a right tit given the form Eddie Howe's side were in themselves. Take care and enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.